Oh, he chasing him. Let me get my out the way.
Fireworks war. At least a dozen people arrested, multiple people hurt after witnesses say people were shooting fireworks at each other, including cops.
Well, I thought, oh my God, I leave my windows open sometimes at night.
Bedroom terror. Police say a sleeping couple found a burglar lurking over them with a gun.
Stop! Stop!
Officers released body cam footage of a deadly police shooting inside a car dealership. The suspect's family says he had mental health issues.
Through 75 counties and hundreds of investigations, from the most violent crimes to petty infractions. This is Arkansas Crime Watch with Mitch McCoy.
At least a dozen people are arrested, multiple others hurt in what's described as a fireworks war in Pulaski County's College Station neighborhood. Hello, and thanks for joining us on Fox16.com. I'm Mitch McCoy. This happened 4th of July night, just southeast of Little Rock. Pulaski County authorities say at least 12 people were arrested on various charges stemming from aggravated assault, assault on a police officer, fleeing, and even drug possession. Witnesses say people were shooting fireworks at each other and at law enforcement. We're going to show you some of this cell phone video right now.
Let me get my back. Hey, he walking like he can't even be hurt. There. Oh, he chasing him. Let me get my out the way.
They finna come over here. They finna come over here. They finna come over here.
Hey, this boy about to get back, bro, get back. Woo. Foot check.
Hey, come right here.
That supposed to get caught.
Five people suffered injuries, some so severe tourniquets had to be used. Witnesses say some people lost fingers and hands. Pulaski County Sheriff's Lieutenant Cody Burke joining us by phone tonight. Lieutenant, thank you. Tell me a little bit about what happened 4th of July night.
On 4th of July night, we were out at College Station. We had trouble years past with people gathering and shooting fireworks in a reckless manner. So we were out there last night, and we were going to be, prepared for it. And during the course of the night, people were injured, people were arrested for firing fireworks recklessly, and that just kind of was much bigger than what we've experienced in the past.
And this is something that it seemed like fireworks were coming from every direction. Talk about the injuries, if you can. Were the people that were injured, were those the people shooting these fireworks at people in law enforcement?
Right. The people who were injured were shooting the fireworks. They had, fireworks are designed to be shot, laying on the ground and shooting straight up. They were holding them in their hands and firing them at others. And so at some point, the fireworks exploded in their hands, and we had at least 5 people missing fingers. And they all came up to us, and we put tourniquets on them and called for an ambulance.
Can you talk a little bit about when you guys were putting some of these tourniquets on some of those that were injured? That's when others were shooting fireworks at deputies and I guess the person that was trying to get help?
Right. At that point, we were working with the person trying to get the tourniquet on and also putting some bandage on the missing fingers where they were and just trying to treat that. And then the ambulance showed up and they were working on the person also. At that point, someone fired a firework, just went directly right over their head and exploded. It's one of these big, large commercial fireworks. At that point, the ambulance service told us to bring the injured to them. They would be off-site, like several blocks out of town. And so we would load the injured and take them to where the ambulance was located.
We're looking at cell phone video of some of those patrol cars that were going through that area. So for those that are not familiar with College Station, that video right there, that's the main stretch of town. You see those blue lights and then a firework exploding. It appears, Lieutenant, that some of these individuals were trying to hit the patrol cars with these fireworks.
Yes, we believe that several people were. The sheriff's office was the intentional target there. We had several deputies that minor injuries and minor burns from the fireworks.
Can you speak to, obviously this was a terrible situation. You have 12 people arrested, 5 people hurt, some missing fingers, others missing hands. We're looking at video of somebody that appears to be shooting fireworks from their hands. Can you speak to how much worse this could have gotten? I mean, this could have been deadly for law enforcement.
Right. Actually, us being there and being prepared, I think we did actually. Could have been much larger, much more people involved. So, but however, it was still a lot of going on out there last night.
Can you also speak, last question, are you guys looking at this cell phone video here in the future to try and find more people? Do you think that there's anyone else out there that was shooting fireworks at you or others that have not been arrested?
We haven't got a chance to really go through the video yet, but if we come across something that would assist us in determining what happened and who was firing the fireworks, we would definitely use that as evidence.
All right, Lieutenant Burke from the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office, thank you for your time. Glad that your deputies are safe and those that are injured only suffered minor injuries. Thanks.
Thank you.
We're moving to crime tonight out of Little Rock, where Little Rock police are investigating a home invasion. Just imagine the terror. 1 minute you're sound asleep, the next you wake up to a man pointing a gun at you. Caitlin Reardon in Little Rock's Kingwood neighborhood where it happened.
That is very scary.
Jessica Halsey says it was disturbing to find out that an elderly couple who lives near her woke up over the weekend to find a man in their bedroom with a gun.
Well, I thought, oh my God, I leave my windows open sometimes at night.
One of the victims told police around 4 o'clock in the morning she woke up and saw a man in front of her holding a handgun. According to the police report, the suspect told the couple he didn't want to hurt them, he just needed money because his mother died. They gave him $90 in cash and he left, but not without leaving the neighborhood shaken up.
My mother is 70, and if I wasn't here and she was alone, what would happen?
Halsey says usually nothing serious happens in the quiet neighborhood.
Either 2012 or 2013, we did have like some joyriders, like people just stealing cars and driving around the neighborhood. But nothing that I can recall that was as bad as like somebody actually getting into somebody's house.
Other neighbors say after this, they plan to install security systems and keep each other informed about what's going on.
We all know each other, we want to be supportive, and just, when something like this happens, I want to help out.
Police have not made any arrests in the case. Caitlin Reardon is joining us from our newsroom this afternoon. Caitlin, thank you very much. It's my understanding you've also been able to speak with the victim in this now.
So yes, Mitch, at the time that we did the story, the victim wasn't available for an interview, or actually didn't know that they wanted to talk to us about it because they had told so many people the story. But then after the fact, we did communicate via email. So I got a little bit more information about what actually happened with that. And you hear that they said that this person was in their room, and she actually responded, what are you doing in here? Something along those lines when she woke up and saw that. And then her husband woke up, and then the intruder proceeded to ask for some money. And he said that the reason was because his mother had died. Now, this victim told me that she spent a lot of time like running chemical dependency programs and has worked with people who have had drug-related issues in the past. And this is an excuse or a statement that is often said to get money, to get sympathy and get money, and then it's an easy way to kind of get what they're looking for and then get out. She didn't believe the excuse, but since they were trying not to escalate that situation, they just wanted to be as unthreatening as possible to the intruder and give him what he wanted so he would go without hurting anyone. So that's kind of what she told me was going on inside of that really terrifying situation.
Did it appear in that email conversation that this, she got the vibe that this wasn't a random suspect, this wasn't a random crime, that somehow there was a relationship there, or the suspect knew them somehow?
No, she did not have any familiarity with the suspect at all, in fact, which is scary that it does seem random. I'm not sure how the suspect chose this house. I'm not sure what led him to go into that house. And quite frankly, they're not sure how he got into that house, or at least that information wasn't in the police report, and that was not something that was revealed to me in our conversation. But he did leave through the front door after he was given what he wanted. So it's unclear if it was random or not. But
How
they didn't
terrifying. I mean, for the people who are living in this neighborhood, knowing that this happened, they've got to be on edge. Caitlin Reardon in our newsroom tonight, thank you very much. And she's tracking another crime story, so I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you.
Thanks.
We're moving to caught on camera tonight, and this is out of Jacksonville. We froze that video there, and right before that, you hear Jacksonville police telling that person in that truck to stop. They are releasing this video of a deadly shooting that happened at a car dealership last month. The two officers have been cleared by the department. The chief says they did not violate any rules or procedures. We want to warn you, the video you're about to see may be graphic for some.
Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
Ada Stanley still can't believe her grandson, 22-year-old Tremont Savage, is dead.
It's just been so hard, and we've just been trying to cope, get an understanding of what happened.
Savage is the man Jacksonville police officers shot and killed in mid-June while investigating a burglary in progress at the Crane Ford dealership.
Stop! 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 Stop!
Jacksonville Police Chief John Franklin cleared the two officers internally, meaning they did not violate department rules or procedures. The criminal case is now in the hands of the Pulaski County prosecutor. Chief Franklin says the officers both thought their partners' lives were in danger.
The tinted windows made it difficult seeing their truck, and also the vehicle is such a large size, you could not see over the hood to see where your partner was. And that's what caused the concern, and that's what started the barrage of bullets.
Family members say Savage had an ongoing battle in his own mind.
He had mental health problems, and he was in the process of getting committed on that Friday. And they was helping him, we thought. And they kept putting it off for some reason.
And we're hoping some processes will change with the Jacksonville Police Department as a result of this, because we're not going away. We're going to continue to fight, for justice for Tremont.
Police say no weapon was found at the scene. The two officers' names have been released. Sean Jones and Logan Kalisa both have 3 years with the Jacksonville Police Department come this December. In your crime tracker tonight, two guys are facing multiple felony charges after a stop by campus cops. Jonathan Bryant and Carrington Walker were booked into the Faulkner County Detention Center after being pulled over by the University of Central Arkansas Police Department. According to the report, a campus officer smelt marijuana coming from their vehicle at the Come and Go gas station on campus. A search of their car revealed guns and drugs. Both are facing multiple charges, including possession of a controlled substance and possession of a firearm. We're moving to Pine Ridge, where a Pine Ridge man appeared in court pleading not guilty to first-degree murder in connection with a body found in his trunk. Authorities say they discovered the body in Keith Ashlock's car on April 30th during a traffic stop. The state crime lab identified the body as 65-year-old Jimmy Fryer of Montgomery County. A bond hearing is set for July 15th. The judge has issued a gag order in the case. Moving to Lonoke County, where a man there wanted for allegedly beating a toddler is now behind bars. The sheriff's office says Brandon Kent turned himself into authorities. We're told he spent a few days in the woods near Pigeon Road before he called it quits. He's being held in the White County Jail on battery charges. We're learning more about the South Arkansas couple accused of killing their son last month in Star City and their previous interactions with police there. According to reports we obtained, Star City police were called out to a domestic battery situation involving David and Mary Black back in February. In the police report, Mary accused David of shoving her, leading to injuries on her face. Two of their children saw it happen. Nearly 4 months later, officers arrested the couple for the murder of their 11-year-old son, Joseph Carcillo, after authorities say the boy was beat to death. Both Mary and David face capital murder charges. A 16-year-old girl accused of shooting at Pine Bluff officers will be tried as an adult. Officers were called to investigate a report of someone luring into cars When they arrived, we're told Nika Boyles started shooting, hitting a patrol car. No one was injured, but Broyles now faces multiple counts of attempted capital murder. In your cold case watch tonight, it's been 4 years after a North Little Rock man was shot and killed. His son is speaking exclusively to us. Rodriguez Lepkins Jr. was 11 years old when his father was killed. Police say someone shot his father and robbed him outside a house on Northeast Street in North Little Rock in 2015. He died at the hospital. The family says another year has passed and police, well, they don't have a suspect.
I was hurt. I didn't know what to think.
I'm tired of being disappointed with that word. Still ain't nobody saying that there's somebody out there.
North Little Rock police say this is still an active investigation and they're asking for help from the public for more information. Moving to your mug of the week, and it goes to John Brandon Harris. He was booked into the Pulaski County Jail last week on public intoxication charges. Remember, if you have any information on any of these cases we talked about tonight, you are asked to call your local police department. And we want to remind you, all of the suspects you've seen tonight are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. And as we leave you, here's a look at Arkansas's most wanted. These individuals are being hunted by Arkansas Community Correction. If you see them, you're asked to call 911. Have a safe week, and I'll see you tomorrow night on Fox 16 News at 9.